All right, guys, how's it going? Two things. I'll be live on here tonight at 6 o'clock UK time for 1 hour if you want to come along for a natter. Two, I've recorded a channel members video today about Alexis McAllister and Real Madrid. So if you're a channel member, I suggest you go and take a look at that. Now, in this video, we're going to be talking about some claims that have appeared in Portugal. And it's this little bit here in the column on the front page of Record, okay? It's relating to reported interest regarding Liverpool Football Club and a centre-back called Zeno de Bas. Now, I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that right. You know, if it's not Jack Daniels or John Smith, I ain't got a clue. But that's how it's spelled. If you want to Google his name, Zenodebast. Now, that article is behind a paywall, right? So if you were to visit their website, you are presented with this, but you can't go any further unless you pay for it. However, I've dug into this article and they are citing reports that were originally published in Belgium yesterday. And their version is basically telling you about those reports and then saying, yeah, it's true, confirming it kind of thing. So we don't need to worry about what they say. So I've managed to locate the original report that they're sourcing, if you like, okay? And we're going to take a look at it. Now, it might be a little bit difficult for me to go through my notes here, all right? And I have basically a literal translation. And I've gone through this with Dave, my AI assistant. As you know, he's been trained to study, analyse football news articles, and the authors, the publications, whatever. And we've gone through this together just before I started this video. And basically, the original article was published on a website called voetbalnieuws.be, all right, by a journalist called Claudio Reulens, Reulens. And the title is Big Transfer de Bast, European Powerhouse Lurks. And basically it says that de Bast is one of the many young Belgians developing well. The central defender of Sporting CP is doing well in Portugal, and his name is increasingly being connected with a top transfer. A next club beckons. Remember, this is a literal translation. Liverpool eyes de Bast is like a sub-headline in bold. I'm sorry about the lighting here. We've got horrendous weather outside. It's literally pitch black, all right? It says de Bast is said to be on the radar of Liverpool FC, where they are looking for a ball-playing central defender, so a good ball-playing central defender. De Bast appears in all the data as one of the better players in that respect, and we obviously know that Liverpool are a club that do look at a lot of data when studying players. Defensively, he is also making forward steps at Sporting CP, where he has already established himself as a regular for 2 years. First as a defensive midfielder, now as a defender. The Red Devil, therefore Belgian international, has already attracted interest from other clubs. Manchester United, Arsenal, Borussia Dortmund and Napoli have also been reportedly keeping tabs on his performances for some time. I don't like it when someone publishes an article as their own article, like that is citing this article, right? But the journalist writing it isn't even saying, to my knowledge, I'm aware of. He's actually using words like reportingly and reports say, which is often a disclaimer, right? So if this journalist was really in the know as to what was going on, he would be saying, like definitively, as in like, well, Manchester United, Arsenal, Borussia Dortmund, Napoli are interested in him. But he's not. He's saying have also been reportedly keeping tabs on his performances for some time, which means he's basically read it somewhere or heard rumours, right? De Bast can, with good performances for Belgium, possibly at the World Cup, make that interest somewhat larger, therefore attract more interest. It also has another section, so you've got the Liverpool eyes him, and then it says Anderlecht also watches. And it says that Anderlecht, they will also be watching closely. It doesn't say they are, just an assumption. It says here, Jesper Fredberg, more than a year ago, sold de Bast for 15.5 million euros. But in the meantime, another 2 million in bonuses was added. That amount could rise to above 20 million euros. The Dane also included a 15% resale percentage on the surplus, beyond the base sum of €15.5 million in the contract. At the minute, or sorry, it doesn't say that. It says at present, De Bast already has a market value of €30 million according to transfer market data. Excuse me, he's still under contract in Lisbon for 4 years, so the actual transfer price will be considerably higher. Anderlecht may therefore dream of a very nice sum of money in 2026, money which they could use very well after a year without European football. So key points in the article claims Liverpool are interested in looking for a ball-playing central defender, with De Bast fitting that profile, obviously, with the data. It suggests other big clubs are interested in that his data, analytics, etc. mark him out as promising. It gives figures in the sense of the initial transfer fee to Sporting, 15.5 million, plus bonuses, resale clause 15%, market value 30 million. I'm sorry, I haven't been well for a couple of days. It projects the possibility of a large move and large fee in 2026 given his contract length. So that's the basis of the original article, right? From Belgium, which Sporting have picked up. So Dave says about the reputation and assessment, the outlet and journalists. This isn't, I don't think we've discussed this website before, but I'm aware of it. It's described as the largest football news site for that region. So it has scale and visibility in Belgian football media. It publishes a lot of transfer rumours and transfer gossip style articles. As regards the journalist, Claudio Roylens is listed as a freelancer at Belgian news agency on his LinkedIn profile and for that website in Belgium. He appears active on social media with around 892 followers as per one source. Might not be accurate. Dave says, I could not find strong evidence that he is among the very top tiers in terms of exclusive ITK insider, transfer knowledge, if you like, journalists in the global transfer market sense. Therefore, a name you always cite first when a big deal is certain or whether it's credible for that region. He appears solid, but obviously not like a tier one or something like that. Now, in terms of the website that he was writing for, they heavily cover rumours and possible moves. Their stories can be useful, but they tend to lean more towards speculation than bulletproof sourcing. The presence of concrete numbers gives the article some backbone, but those numbers may be public or semi-public. It might still be interest level plus projection rather than we have a contract offer as such. One reliability guide that Dave found puts many rumour-heavy websites in a lower tier unless they are repeatedly proven to have accurate exclusives. And it's talking about this being down the tiers. The recent article is corroborated by other recent reports. For instance, Sports Witness reports, and I think this was today, Liverpool's Zeno de Bast has ended up on Liverpool. That's not the right headline, but excuse that. Basically saying that Liverpool's interest in Zeno de Bast is published on Sports Witness today. Now, Sports Witness is a very good website, right? But what they're doing is the same as Record. What they're doing is they've found the report, in the Belgian media on this website, and Sports Witness are carrying a version of the original claims which I've just given to you. So we don't need to worry about Sports Witness. Basically, Dave's saying the story is getting picked up. That's all. Loads of ifs. Rumours like this often grow by repetition without firm offers. Article merits, it's relatively balanced, doesn't claim a done deal or Liverpool have submitted a bid. Rather on the radar, looking for fits the profile, which is more cautious than some clickbait. It ties in plausible facts, contract length, prior transfer, value, clubs tracking. So not just a shock headline. It still remains speculative, could, makes interest larger, workable, dream of large sum. So we must treat as possible but not confirmed interest. The verdict, it's a plausible rumour with some backing but not confirmed. I would say it merits attention, but we should not treat it as near certain, more watch this space than locked in target. I would present it as Belgian site reports Liverpool are interested in De Bast, noting his ball playing ability and his value data, though no official offer is confirmed as yet. And that, I think, really, guys, is it. And I think that Record, I think, yeah, they mentioned Matt Gay. It's just off screen there for you, I'm afraid. But basically, Record are saying that Liverpool are looking at him as an alternative to Matt Gay if they would be unable to conclude a deal for Gay in the summer. I know it's a difficult video to follow. I did say that to you, because there's notes there, and I don't really know anything about this Belgian outlet or the journalist concerned. So what I'm saying to you is, if you've heard anybody say to you, or you've seen Sport Witness will have told you, because Sport Witness is a very good website. So yeah, Record have got the front page. They've basically cited it and wrote their own article and said, oh yeah, it's true. So it's a name for you to listen out for. We've now logged it, me and Dave, so we'll keep an eye on that. And Dave is now monitoring for any mentions of him, and he will do that for the next month. Obviously I can tell him to renew that. So we'll keep an eye on it. It does sound very interesting because they talk about the data, the analytics of this particular player. And we know that's something that Liverpool like. I wouldn't say that this is just like a possible fallback option because they think Gay might, not work. This could be Liverpool looking at a couple of centre-backs, which would make perfect sense in my opinion. So that's a name for you to listen out for, guys. All right? I'm going to leave it with you. I'm sorry if it's not a very, interesting video, but it was a little bit difficult to do that one because there's a lot of notes and a lot of translations and things, All right, I'll leave it with you. Have you heard of this player before? Have you got any knowledge? Maybe you could drop us a comment in the comment section. That would be helpful to people. I've never heard of him before, so I don't follow the league he plays in or the national side he plays for, and I haven't seen him mentioned with us before. But to be honest with you, I haven't looked. I will have a look on the members website when I finish this video. Maybe I should have done that first. Okay, I'll leave it with you. If you found the video informative, please thumbs up the video. Please do drop me a comment if you got something nice to say or helpful. If you would like to support me, there's a love heart under the video called a super thanks. And I always give a shout out to people that do that in my morning briefings the following day. All right, in the morning briefing. All right, guys, I'll leave it with you. I've literally just found all of this for you. I want you to trace it back to the original source, which we have. So you're going to see different variations of it. And now I've mentioned it on here, I can assure you you'll hear about it somewhere else. Okay, I'll leave it with you guys. I'll speak to you in a bit.